Good afternoon, Mrs. Potterington. Boy, do I got some great news.
That's Miss Potterington to you, Sonny. I don't need adventurers spreading rumors that I'm not single and looking.
Right. Well, that's creating images. Well, anyway, I got 106 farming.
Oh, my great-grandson just celebrated his 106th.
Alright then. I have some Bagrata Rexes here. Wish me luck. They're both female.
That's never stopped me before.
Thanks, Miss Potterington. I'll keep that in mind. Before I get started with smithing, I want to talk about a couple things regarding the trajectory of this series. Will Miss It left a comment on one of my videos. I know, right? Will Miss It watched some of my videos. I might swoon. Anyway, he made a good point that many of these videos are very diary-like. He recommended that giving each video a specific purpose, one tight focus, might make them more entertaining. That starting a video with a goal and ending with that goal completed would be more engaging than this frenetic mess I have going on. Well, those aren't his words. He didn't say frenetic mess. That's just how I feel about the videos sometimes. He was giving me advice. It was very constructive. He was being nice. He wasn't being mean. I'm being mean to myself. But I do think it was good advice. So that's an approach I'm going to work towards. Today's episode will be a bunch of catch-up, a footage dump basically, and going forward I'll be setting specific goals and gathering footage while I reach those goals, something I can build a narrative around, or at least try to. I think it'll not only be more enjoyable to watch, but also make producing the videos a bit easier, since I'll have an idea of what the video will look like before gathering the footage. Hopefully it works out. Oh, also, I'm surprised every time I run into someone in-game who watches my videos. Usually when someone says they enjoy my videos, I'll respond and thank them, but sometimes I don't and I end up teleporting away before I notice that they said something. I'm not ignoring you, I just sometimes don't notice the message, or I have my public chat turned off because some places in this game is just, gives me an aneurysm reading the public chat. I do try to send the person a private message if I notice that they said something to me and they're no longer there, or it's been like 5 minutes, but a lot of people have their private chat off, so I can't. Either way, if I don't respond to you, it's not because I'm ignoring you. I love all the messages I get of people enjoying my content. I've actually been taking screenshots of all the nice words people have been giving me. It's great. It's just such a boost to morale. Even the people I don't respond to, I still screenshot it because I love massaging my ego. Anyway, back to Runescape. I figured it would be best to leave the ranch and let my Lady Rexes grow up on their own, perhaps on the off chance they'll adopt a bouncing baby boy Bagrata. If not, at least I'll get some dinosaur wars from them. Those will come in handy when we want to start making vulnerability bombs. And hopefully spending time at the Artisan's Workshop will help me forget about that image Potterington left with me. Last time I said I wanted to compare full burial sets to the bar equivalent amount of gloves. First, I upgraded the set of Elder Rune I was using for combat to +5, bringing me to 92 smithing. Then I got to testing. To make a full set of Elder Rune armor from nothing to burial requires 384 Elder Rune bars. Without boosts, this grants 585,600 experience total. 12 Elder Rune gloves from nothing to burial also requires 384 bars. What's odd is that I made those 12 gloves, offered them as burial armor, and ended up getting over 666,000 experience. How devilish. I figured it was the 6% from the smithing outfit and 4% from the wise perk on my enhanced Excalibur, but the expected amount I should have gotten without boosts is 576,000. 48k from each glove. I got around 15% more experience than expected. What the hell happened? Well, whatever it is that happened, assuming I made a burial set from scratch and got a 15% boost for some reason, plus the 1% bonus for making a full set, it'd get me around 680,000 experience, a difference of about 25k-ish. By making gloves instead of armor, we're losing about 70 XP per bar. That's really not a lot. I guess burial armor would be better if I'd unlock some more of these Solemn Smith tiers, but there are other things I'd rather spend my respect on. Also, I value chill gameplay over optimal smithing, so I'm sticking with the gloves. Or boots. Boots give the same XP. You know, I can cross my fingers so tight that they wrap around themselves, but I really don't expect the Bagratas to adopt. The chance of adoption is something like 1% the breeding rate. There's an 80% chance for them to breed every 20 hours, which means it's only a 0.8% chance for them to adopt every 20 hours. If I did the math right, that means it'd take like 72 days for a 50% likelihood of adoption. And they could still adopt another female. Not worth waiting. The food upkeep alone would be wasteful. It's better to go back to hunting. Either kill a mama dino and steal its orphan, or get enough marks to buy a random dinosaur egg from Irwinson. Fortunately, I did manage to get another Bagrata Rex, and it's another female. I hate this game. I got a Reaper assignment to kill Rex Matriarchs. I've never done this before on Ferrous Noise, at least I don't think I have. It can't be too hard, right? And they have a chance to drop unchecked Bagrata Rexes. I hear Orichalca, the melee one, is the easiest one to kill because she's weak to magic and can be snared in place with Entangle. You basically just kite her back and forth, and when you miss with the Entangle, you get smacked by her special ability that slows you down, meaning you'll take even more damage while trying to run away. Ideally, that doesn't happen. Sadly, she didn't leave an orphan, but the assignment wasn't too bad. I think I'll return the next time I get a Dinosaur Slayer task. The accuracy boost from the helmet will be really useful. The next best thing is to farm marks and buy eggs from Irwinson. In the process of doing that, I got 99 Hunter. Fanfare, dance, sing, celebrate my magnanimity, tremble. God damn it, brutish dinosaur. Okay, well, at least I can get some farming XP from this thing. The Hunter Capes perk basically replaced the old one-ticking Hunter method. You used to be able to place a trap and drink a potion, causing the trap to be placed instantly. A lot of times people would use potions they couldn't drink. For instance, if you had a Perfect Plus potion buff active and tried to drink a Perfect Juju potion, you'd get the message along the lines of, a more powerful effect is already active, or something. This saves the potion, but you still place the trap instantly. Jagex removed this bug feature thing and added it to the Hunter Cape instead. Wear the cape, drop it on your action bar, and use it before placing a trap and it gets placed instantly. Could come in handy when I finally get around to grinding out an unchecked crystal skill Champa because Adamantite doesn't want to give me one. I'd like to get 90 woodcutting sooner than later so I can do some AFK Elder Tree woodcutting. Why? Well, you need 1,000 Elder Logs to upgrade the War's Retreat Fire to its highest tier, and the only real way to get those logs is by cutting them yourself. Surprisingly, you gotta cut trees to get their wood. Lucky for me, all the big game hunter got me enough fragments to finish the entire Nature's Sentinel set. What's cool about this outfit is that it can teleport us between different Elder Trees 20 times a day, and we can talk to Spirit Trees remotely to know when the next evil tree is about to spawn. What the hell is wrong with this tree? Does this mean my graphics card's about to break? So the problem with not PVMing much is that you don't get a good feel for the value or the usefulness of certain items. I was killing Hellware for a Reaper assignment and he dropped a Serenic Essence. Or is that Serenic Essence? Yeah. I was super excited because I figured that was one of the items you need to make the power armor. But I was wrong. It's used to upgrade the power armor to its refined state. I guess getting a drop at all is nice, but it's not as nice as I thought at first. Alright. This is different. But I've been waiting for some time for the Flashpowder Factory to become the spotlighted minigame. Normally you get 1 Thaler every 5 minutes you spend in a minigame. When a minigame is spotlighted, this is quintupled. So you get 1 Thaler for every minute you spend in the minigame. What's Thaler? It was an attempt to spread minigame rewards out across all minigames, so if you want the Castle Wars armor, you don't have to play only Castle Wars. But the Flashpowder Factory is important for a few reasons. First of all, you don't need to wait for a game to start to enter. There are no teams and everyone is basically in it for themselves. It's very optimal for Thaler. I won't explain the minigame in detail, but basically you climb through the obstacles, click the things with the arrows and get points. When the game is on Spotlight, there are a bunch of AFK people you can steal items from that increases the amount of points you get. We're here for 5 rewards. First are the Botanist Mask and its modifier item. These together cost 2,000 Brian points. The number of Brian points you get after you finish a game is equal to the score you got in the game divided by 7. This maxes out at 180 points, so there's no reason to get a higher score than 1,260. But generally, I only average about 100 points per game, and that's if I'm really trying. So I think it'd be pretty tough to get 1,260 points in a single game, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. The reason why we want the modified Botanist Mask and not the rest of the outfit is just because it takes a lot of time to get the other pieces, and all they do is give a 1% Herb Lore XP boost, which frankly I don't care enough about to want to bother with. However, the modified Botanist Mask gives you a 5% chance to produce 2 potions rather than 1. It's great for Ironmen who can't buy supplies and is just a good way of saving money if you're a main. The second thing we want is the factory outfit, but not the full outfit. While wearing 3 pieces of the outfit, we have a 10% chance to produce a 4-dose potion rather than a 3-dose potion. And if the Botanist Mask procs at the same time, it doubles the 4-dose potion. So we want to get the gloves, boots, and torso. That way we can wear our Mauritania legs 4 with the other outfit pieces when making prayer renewals. All of these extra dose effects tend to stack with each other. The problem is that it costs 6,000 Brian points for those 3 factory outfit pieces. That's about 15 hours of high attention Flashpowder factorying. However, I could spend 700 Thaler for those 3 pieces. That's 700 minutes of the factory when it's on the spotlight, about 11 hours and 40 minutes. And we'll have to spend some of that time actually playing the game so we can get the modified Botanist Mask. I don't know when this is going to be on spotlight again, so I gotta do it now. The following footage was recorded on April 25th, 2022, following the update that improved the rewards from the quest extinction. First of all, the Ring of Vigor passive is great, since I always hated switching rings just to use a single ability. Maybe it's a conspiracy theory, but something tells me that Jagex sits on really popular updates just to release them when they do something everyone hates. Mods at Jagex have said this isn't the case, but I mean, I bet the mods aren't. They're probably not lying, but they're probably being lied to by upper management. Listen, I'm a millennial. I always assume corporations are lying to me. The skilling stations are nuts. So I had already built all 6 by the time this update rolled out, so when I came here after the update, I had over 100,000 experience stored in each station. Now here's a live reaction I decided to record. The audio quality might be a bit different because of how OBS's filters work with the mic, and don't worry about it. This needs to be live. So the update that fixed the rewards from the extinction quest went live today. The rewards from this, just what you can get: Papasaurus Rex, Blowpipe Chitin, a bone blowpipe. I feel like this is a glitch. I feel like this is overtuned. And if it's not, I'm probably gonna get a bone blowpipe soon. Neat. Here's the final loot from 600,000 plus experience across all the skilling stations. Lots of mush to feed my animals, a ton of alkables because, haha, gold sinks, and several unchecked dinos. I'm most excited about the Jadinkos because this means I don't have to hunt them for hours if I want to complete the breeding log. I believe this applies to all the animals that were introduced with the Ranch Out of Time. The animals can produce offspring that have a different breed of their own. So, an aquatic and draconic Jadinko can make a diseased Jadinko. It's random. As opposed to Chinchampas, a carnivorous Chinchampa will always produce a carnivorous Chim. And with how long it takes for the dinosaurs to breed, I think it's a good compromise. You just need one breeding pair and you're good. Once you get that, you just gotta wait. I figured the loot here was so good, I might as well add the rest of my Anachronia resources to the stations and keep going for a bit longer. And, well, I got an unchecked Brigada Rex, and it's a male. Dinos, time to get busy. And of course, just as we get a breeding pair of Brigradas, we get 108 farming during a fruit run, unlocking Spicati Apatosaurs. I do have 3. Female. Female. Male. Fantastic. I'm not as excited about the extra beak snot as I am about the dinosaur roars, but at least they give more XP than arcane Apatosaurs. Avianti tasks are a great opportunity to kill some Kriara. I think farming Kriara will be better in the long run than farming Grador, since we can make really good melee power armor through smithing. Range, not so much. And look at that, we get a super useful upgrade already. Armadillo boots, finally something to replace those spine boots I've been using. An Armadillo plate body. Now that is an upgrade, something we can augment. I guess I could have made dino leather armor, but I don't really have an excuse. Augmented tank armor with perks is probably better than level 50 power armor. That was dumb. I should. So I want to augment this plate body with the Impatient 4 perk. It gives a 9% chance per rank for basic abilities to generate an additional 3% adrenaline. At rank 4, it's a 36% chance for 3% additional adrenaline, so when you think about it on average, it makes all basic abilities produce 9% adrenaline rather than 8. The problem is the best way to get this perk is with Zaros components, which I don't have. However, at level 25 Invention, you have a really high chance of getting Impatient 4 with 8 Zamorakian components. I have plenty of those from all the Zami War Priest armor I've disassembled. But I don't have 25 Invention. My Invention level's a little bit higher than 25. So what's a guy to do? Well, if you stand outside the God Wars dungeon, every time you take damage, your stats drop. It's chilly, it's cold, makes your fingers numb. We just have to wait around for a bit and make the gizmo. Here's another problem. At this level, you have a very high chance to have the gizmo fail. It doesn't waste components, only time. So it might take a few hundred attempts to actually get the perk we want. At this low level, there's a 95% chance we'll get Impatient 4 when we actually succeed in making a gizmo. It's annoying, but if we didn't drop our level, we'd have an 85% chance of getting Devoted 4 instead. So to get Impatient 4, we need to be patient. Ironic? I wonder if that was planned. This was kind of a surprise to me, honestly. 99 defense while killing Kriara. If I were a hardcore Ironman, I'd probably have rushed getting 99 defense as soon as possible, since the Cape's perk is a reusable sign of life. It resurrects you when you die, healing you for 25% your max HP, very useful for avoiding close calls. It is on a 1 hour cooldown though. I don't care for the hardcore life, but I imagine hardcores don't do much PVM when that's on cooldown. A viewer invited me to a double Durzag raid. Usually, I just jump into random raid groups if I happen to see someone needing DPS in the Iron PVM clan chat. A lot of the time, I'm just not in the mood. I have a headache. But they'd ask me if I wanted to go, like 24 hours in advance, and I agreed, so I was committed. That makes it sound like I went begrudgingly. I was happy to go. I think I'm just awkward when it comes to being invited to things. You want me to come? Why? You know who always tags along when I go to places, right? Yeah, me. I practiced magic tricks in high school. I didn't go to many parties. I don't know how to handle this. Anyway, here's the loot. Okay. Let's see what we got. Oh my god. That's great. The second kill wasn't as exciting, but hey, I ain't complaining. We got a codex. My best magic weapon as of now is still the Sun Spear. For ranged, it's Decimation, so I opted to go with Corruption Shot rather than Corruption Blast. Let me show you why I was so excited about Corruption Shot, and it's probably really silly, but it makes farming bounties in God Wars Dungeon 2 so much easier. All you have to do is hit one enemy with Corruption Shot, and the dot spreads to everything around it, but only the first one you attack aggroes you. It's like sneezing on one person to spread an infection. The person you sneezed on will be pissed, but they'll spread it to a bunch of other people, and they won't even know. It makes bounties a breeze, which means we can get easy faction reputation every day. If you didn't know, at max reputation, the drop rate for uniques at that faction's boss effectively doubles. And that means we'll have to spend, hopefully, less time killing the bosses when we finally want to disassemble some of their weapons for the more high-end perks. You know, I was gonna talk a whole lot about Shattered Worlds and how much easier it is now than it was back when I grinded up Bladed Dive, but who cares? I killed stuff in Shattered Worlds until I got enough anima to buy the Mutated Dazing Shot basic ability, which comes with the Threshold Salt the Wound. The former replaces Dazing Shot with an ability that adds a stacking dot to the target, and the latter is a threshold that does increased damage based on the number of stacks from the former. Is it critically important? Probably not. Does it hurt to have it unlocked? I sure hope it doesn't. And if it does, oops. I got my first Nodon Dragonkin task, and I went ahead to safe spot a bunch of the guards in the Nodon front. They're weak to air spells and only attack with melee. It's easy. But toward the end of the task I thought, well, why not just try to kill Carapac? So I did. And it actually went well. I managed to kill him after a few tries, and it's a pretty fun fight once you get the hang of it. Dodging the slam is really satisfying. After a couple kills, I figured I had a hand on the mechanics, so I flicked on my Reckless Aura, and oh boy, that was a bad idea. The reduced defense meant taking more damage, which meant eating more food, which meant not having enough food during the last phase and dying at the exact same time as Carapac. Fortunately, the drop wasn't a unique, but unfortunately, it was like 1500 cannonballs, so that sucks. I think I'll stick with Vampirism, at least for now. It makes the fight go a bit smoother and allows me a little more wiggle room to make mistakes. Once I get a better handle on the Time Warp ability, weaving it with thresholds and whatnot, I think I'll be able to fight Carapac with the Reckless Aura. What is nice, however, is that because each kill takes around 5 minutes plus a minute or so of looting and banking and running back, just about every kill drops an Elder Trove. The next Nodon task I get, I think I might spend it all at Carapac. Maybe I'll stream it, I don't know. Next time, we'll be taking a look at the new fletching and fire-making training method added to the Ranch Out of Time, and then we'll move on to quests. We've only got 5 left, and they're pretty long ones. And trust me, you'll want to see what happens next time. It's a bit more surprising than just quests. Subscribe so you know when it comes out. Thanks for watching. Take care.